Hello guys, it's Denkeli here and welcome to today's market outlook session. So we managed to get a good trade yesterday that I wanted to walk you through. So we'll jump down to the 1 hour just so that I can show you how I'm able to catch these 1 to 10s for trades. So for example, I'm a big fan of order flow by now, the footprint charts to be exact. So yesterday when we started the session, the one level that I was monitoring really close was this one. So the reason I was looking for this level is because, if we look at Tuesday, if you remember from Tuesday's video, that I was monitoring this specific low and I said, you can check it back then, that if we close beyond this level, these series of up close candles, that means that we are going to flush, we're going down. And that's exactly what happened. So I was, looking for trading order blocks at the downside. So the trade I took today was this one. So the reason is that when we've had this big flush to the downside, we needed an hourly order block to confirm that we're still going lower. All right, so let's say we have a good flush to the downside, then all we want to see is a high put in, and then that this low gets breaking through. All right, so that would confirm to us that this low can be utilized as a order block. All right, that's on the hourly. So this one is on the hourly. So all we're waiting for is that we get a retracement into that order block so that we can find a setup in there and then trade lower. So one thing that we've seen here is if you look at this one, you see a flush, we still don't get a high, and there we have this little high that we want to see, and we break through this low. All right, so now all we're waiting for is a retracement to this level. Well, but now maybe you ask yourself, well, it never came back to that level. Well, here's where correlating asset comes in. So we look at the ES at the same time, all right, and we see here that this order block, that one, you see, it got traded through, it touched it. All right, so we don't need both of them to touch this level, but we need to monitor which one does. And if we see our signs that we are going to reverse from that, then we take the trade because the job is already done. So that's why when I saw that ES already touched it, I started to look for signs that we're going to reverse. And we can jump down to the 5 minute. So in this case, I'm looking at the structure. You see, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, and then we break this. Right, we break it. So just to be clear, I've already entered the trade before this break because I just could anticipate it. I was already in the footprint chart looking. So as soon as we swept the London highs and that we actually came into our objective, what was this order block, this hourly order block, even though it was on ES, I started to look at weakness from the buyers. So that's why the footprint chart comes in handy. And I'll show you what I was looking for here. So you see, I love when I see stacked imbalances like this gets ran through. Okay, so as soon as we got a close on this candle here, you see, on this one. So when we got a close with this candle, I put my order in exactly this one here on the retest of the stacked imbalances, and my stop went above this one. All right, so it was right there, maybe a tick above. So, and this is where I entered the trade. So where was my goal? Where was my TP? So in days like this, where you don't know how far the price was going to drop or you don't know exactly where it's going, I like to use the standard deviations. So for this one, I measured this manipulation leg right here from the top to the bottom. Usually I target the 2s, but if I anticipate a very bearish day, I could go to the 2.5. So that's where I took my profit, you see. And that's also how I could manage to get this almost 1 to 11 risk to reward. And it was solid 610 ticks. So what am I anticipating today? And we go back to the 1 hour. So right now we are here, and as you can see on the hourly, we have this big hourly order block right here. Just make it like that. So because I'm still bearish, if I'm going to take any short trades today, then I want first to see a violation of this high. See? Why? Because right now, between this low and this high, we're still stuck there in a range, right? I don't know how long we will be stuck here, but even though if we get a close beyond this level, I would not treat it as in CSD because, you know, the price doesn't move like that. So in continuations, I like to see, consolidations and then manipulate the high and then we go lower. And this is what I'm looking for right now. So I want the price to get above this level, either on this or on the ES, and then we close back into the range. Then I would actually look for short setups. The only thing that would invalidate our short bias today is a close above this high there. This high, if we get a close above this, we can expect that we're going, back really. I don't want to say really fast, but we are going back up at least to this high, at least if we get a close beyond this level, this high right here. So right now we're still remaining within our bearish bias because of how the market is moving right now. This high right here is one to monitor really close, and for today this high is also a good level to monitor because we want to see if we are going to manipulate above it, then close, maybe have a CSD also. That would be a really good sign to target yesterday's lows, and that would also be a really decent trade. If not, we're still waiting because we can't shift our bias and take longs just because this microstructure right here. We can't do that. If you can, it's a bit risky, but if you want to be on the good side, then you have to wait. Any long setup above a hourly close of this one, it's a good setup. But right now we're looking for good bearish setups. So to summarize it, I'm still bearish unless we get a close above this level up here. And for today, I'm monitoring this high. If we can manipulate above it maybe and show some weaknesses in the buyer so that I can trade to the downside, then that means I'm targeting yesterday's lows. If not, I'm not taking any longs right now because this is not confirming a long, a bullish bias. Not yet. Above this one, yes. Under it, no. And don't forget, if you want to see everything live, to follow my trades live, see every thought behind the trades, why I take them, how I take them, what I'm waiting for, and just learn along the way and make some money with me, then of course you can join us at Tick Hunter Pro, and the link is in the description below. And with that said, and see you guys in the next video.